We're gonna go drinking tonight. Drinking tonight. We're gonna go drinking tonight. Tequila time, feeling fine as long as you buy and line 'em up and double fist. We drinking this, drinking that, drinking till we yak. There's never been a night like this. Oh yeah, Jaeger bomb time, Corona and lime, party all night till closing time. You know that girl's gonna drive me to drinking. Drinking tonight, we're gonna go drinking tonight. Drinking tonight, we're gonna go drinking tonight.
Hey guys, this is Steve with Orlando Collector Deviants. We are here with the mouth of the South, Mr. Cool as Heck. How are you doing tonight?
I'm hanging out with you guys, and I will not fight Jimmy Hart for the Mouth of the South title because he can have that forever. But thank you so much for the lovely introduction.
Okay, how about the ringmaster at every convention he's at?
All right, yeah, as long as I'm not the guy with the hypnotic thing, the Spider-Man villain from back in the day.
No, I've always considered you the ringmaster because the way when you're at a convention, how you pull people in, how you can get people from down the aisle to come see you.
I try, I try not to cross the lines, though. I always try and keep it within my table. I don't steal from anybody else because I'm not a poacher. But I do like to chat it up a little bit and have fun. And I'm glad you noticed that, my friend.
Oh yeah, I've learned a lot from you, and that's how I get people over to my tables.
Yeah, you just chat up, ask them a question. The only thing is, it's usually asking them to come over, and so you can find out too right away if the neighborhood that you're in, if it works, if it doesn't work. Because most people, they say, "Oh yeah," I say, "Hey, how are you?" I'm like, they say, "Fine, how are you?" And I can pull them in. But if they don't reply and say, they just say good or I'm all right. If they don't ask me, then they're done. And I know I'm not going to get them. But I try. I try, Steve. I try so hard.
Hey, the only time I've ever seen you not make a sale, there was like an accordion going on or something. And you knew I was going to bring it up. I know that's not on the list of topics, but I got to bring it up.
It was literally 3 minutes into it. Literally 2 minutes into the show. You got to bring up.
I got to, because that is the most famous cool as heck moment, because I've known you for about 10 years now.
Yeah, probably 7, 8, maybe. I'm trying to think how long I've been down here.
Around the first Space Coast Comic Con.
All right.
And that was way back when.
Yeah, I'm not good at math, but yeah, but they the MegaCon, and the guy next to me pulled out an accordion and just I almost killed that guy because people were walking away. And he had puppets. He had like a puppet show. And he was pulling them out and like doing a little puppet show and playing the music. Oh man, that's so horrible. And he was selling he wasn't selling like anything like comic wise or even convention wise. He was selling CDs of cartoon themes he played on the accordion. And then so he was selling. He was saying like Happy Happy Joy Joy. And they played that, and he played the theme of Game of Thrones like 7,000 times until I asked him to stop. I almost was like John Belushi in Animal House smashing the guy's guitar. That's how close I was to enjoying the fun of it. But thank you once again for bringing hurtful memories to me.
Hey,
thank you.
It's the only time in all this time that we've known each other that I've ever seen you want to wish bodily harm on somebody.
Oh, I was livid, man, because he was playing and because the whole thing with me is I have to, for my comics, I have to give you like a little pitch and try and have you understand what the book's about, and I can't do it because that's my impression of accordion. The only instrument worse than that is a bagpipe. Because know how you get that noise from the bagpipe? They got a cat in the bag. And they go, I'm already so off topic.
Hey, and that's the whole point of my show. But but I will go back on topic. Like you have a major comic book that you've been working with right now,
Yeah.
and what comic is that?
Okay, that is known as the Nine Circles, written by Jamie Engel. It was her IP, her creative idea. She pulled me in to work the comic. We worked with Blood Moon Publishing. It's kind of the way I describe it is it's a supernatural western. It's kind of like the movie Tombstone meets the Winchester Brothers. So it's kind of a little spookier western kind of groove on it. And she wrote it originally as in a short story in one of her short story compilations, and then created a screenplay from it, and then got in touch with me to do the comic kind of adaptation of it for Blood Moon Comics. And right now, it's actually in the hands of some movie producers in the infamous Hollywood, and we may be getting some sort of traction on that, making a TV show or a movie really soon. So we're just waiting for some information back from it. So yes, that's what the last year or so has been. That we were working on that, and got 3 issue miniseries out. Or hopefully we'll have another miniseries later on with that. Maybe start next year. But we worked with that, and had a great time with Jamie. She's definitely known on the Florida coast here on her writing abilities and different stuff like that. So I'm really excited about it. We had 3 issues. We did three because we're comic. I do my comic guy, so I always got to do variants. So 3 variant issues of that. And then what's really cool is we also have a couple of yep. There's issue number 1 right there, and we have some variants we're doing just for a couple of conventions. We did a exclusive Atlanta variant, and that variant is the one that's up now is for the upcoming Heroes Con. And there's only 25 signed and numbered editions of that cover, which will be available only that weekend in Charlotte in June, which is my favorite.
Now, is that
Yeah.
signed by everybody who's worked on the comic? Just you and
That one right now is just me. The colors is it's just the colors. I worked the first 2 issues. A gal named Crystal Sayers, and the guy that did the third issues. His name is Maury Tanaka, and Maury's amazing. I'm gonna try and get him for all my future books. He just, I was looking at the stuff and didn't even look like my stuff. It's amazing. But pretty excited about the possibility of this taking the step from comics to multimedia. But to me, I always need to make sure that my stories work as comics, and my stuff's always do. You can always know when you see Koolasheck is the name, you know it's going to be a good comic story. Yeah, so
and
that's
yours usually are.
Yep. Thank you so much. I really pride myself on the storytelling because that's what I grew up with. Is
I like the
this,
little Easter eggs you put in your stories. Like if you
yeah,
notice certain things.
Yep, and there's some hidden stuff. There's some especially in the Tipsy Tours, the book I did later on with Brad Scott, that we'll be talking about. But it takes place in a pirate saloon. So all the other patrons, besides the main characters, are all famous movie pirates. So walking around, you see Jack Sparrow, you see some other, famous movie pirates walking around in the background. So I always have fun and blast putting things like that. And then in issue 3 of Nine Circles, there's a little, actually, yeah, issue 3 in Nine Circles, there's a little hidden thank you to GP, Uncle Theo George, Uncle George, and a nice little write up in the back. Just thanking him for me be a comic. And that cover, of course, is a great homage to a friend of mine, a friend of yours, John Beatty, and Secret Wars 8. And on the side, if you look at it, and I signed it. It says art by Koolasheck with apologies to Mike and JP. So it was, I had fun with that, going back to old school, homage and that. And it's just a great little story, quick little story, a little kind of cliffhanger at the end, of course, to bring people back for more. So that was pretty fun working on that, and getting it published. And what was really fun about it was nowadays with the internet and Facebook and Instagram and all the sites, whenever new comics come out, whenever it's new Wednesday, Comic Wednesday, the shop videotapes, hey, here's the new releases. And because of the Dewey Decimal Systems, anything that starts with a number goes first. So we're watching all these shops saying, oh, here's the new books. We got Nine Circles, which came before Amazing Spider-Man because of number 9. So it was really fun seeing it showing up all over the country, and seeing it like in Minneapolis and Los Angeles, and there's 2 shops in New York it was in. One is Anyone Comics and one is Everyone Comics. They're owned by the same guy. And I made the mistake of saying one was in Brooklyn when it really was the one in Queens. And they started having like a little feud between each other online about it. That was fun. Seeing my book was in a place in 204 Comics in Toronto was great. And then seeing it was in Forbidden Planet in London was a huge thing for me. That I made my comics are international now, so it was a cool, fun little bit, So that was, that's part of the fun of it, is getting it out there. And what was cool was Jamie and I went to, like, every time new issue came out, we went to a different store, like kind of release. So we did Read More Comics in Brandon, Florida. Great store. We also did one issue release. So we did at Infinite Mushroom and Titusville, Famous Faces and Funnies and Wellborn. Of course, we had the kickoff in Kingdom of Comics. Unfortunately, is no longer with us. And had a blast getting our books out and meeting some
I
different
missed
folks.
you guys at Infinity, because we like to go to Infinite Mushroom.
Yeah,
Rick is one of our good friends.
Rick's a great guy, and we set up, and what was great though is talking to folks that don't necessarily, so I like to call them civilians, which don't necessarily read comics. Like they may do gaming, they may do Magic the Gathering, and trying to explain to them, okay, hey, comics aren't just superheroes. Comics to me is, and the comic shops to me is like going to multiplex, going to AMC. Now, what kind of movies do you like? I can give you a comic that'll work the same way, So, whatever it is, it's just, it's a medium, it's not a genre. So that's why I love comics so much, is because no matter what mood you're in, you can read something about that. Whether it's romantic comedy, you can read Strangers in Paradise. Of course, horror, you got Sandman, the comedy or kid stuff. You got of course Archie and Veronica for Miss Trish there. So much great stuff out there. I'm no Dan parent though. I saw Dan in the intro. I know you guys love Dan.
Yeah, well, you got to remember, out of all my when I first started doing interviews, he was the biggest I ever got at the beginning, and I,
Yeah,
I was so flabbergasted to be able to do him.
he's still a big name, still a cool guy. Every time I get to chat with him,
Oh yeah, and
truly.
he remembers us every time, and when we see him at a con, hey, how's it go? It's like, hey, didn't we just see you last month? It's like
Yep.
no time has ever gone with
Yeah.
him.
That's great too with cons because you're never sure when you're gonna see somebody. You just see them again and take up right away. Just yeah, and it's just so nice to be able to get my books out there and go and meet some new people and and I still get so proud when somebody takes it and buys one of my books and takes it home, and then you know and sometimes I get nice notes, hey, I love the book, when's the next one coming out, or so it's always nice like that.
So with Nine Circles, is all
Yeah.
three copies out now, or all
Yeah,
three
but
issues? Sorry.
all three issues are out. We are actually working on a trade paperback for that as well. Right now compiling some behind the scenes stuff we worked on, some script to page comparisons. Because Jamie coming in, she had no idea about anything about comics. So I literally had to teach her. Here's how it works. Here's a page turn. Here's the difference in the gutters. Why sometimes the gutters are smaller or wider. You know, so I kind of worked with her on that. And the first issue we worked back and forth, trying to do the why I was breaking the story up into this panels and this pages, because you got to make sure every page has what they call a page turn, where the bottom corner is like, the exaggerated is like, oh my God, it's you, and then you want to know why I got to turn this corner, find out it's Dr. Z come with the gamma death ray or whatever.
So many
So
cliffhangers.
yeah, exactly. It's a pretty much what it is, and making sure that surprise is on the even page and not the odd page, because the way the book comes, like, yeah, trying to show what a book is in my hands, but how a book works, and how the page turn. But that's what I pride myself on, always, is coming out with that idea.
Now I'm going to ask a question.
Mm-hmm.
How long did it take from concept to actually getting the first book out? Like
Okay.
between you and when Jamie came to you and
So Jamie got to me and contacted me in like this like December 22nd, 23rd of 2021, came to me. Sherry had talked to the publisher about getting it out, and then going back and forth. I had the first issue fully drawn by, say, September, not September, but March, and then the second one was since in April, and the third was in May. And the first issue came out in June or July, I think, last year, and the last one came out in November.
okay.
So it was, so it was a pretty quick turnaround. Because what happened was, she gave me the storylines. I went and found the characters, went back and forth with some of the character stuff, but most of the stuff she sent me like character descriptions. And what I tend to do is, when I'm doing a book, is I tend to kind of like take actors or and celebrities or people I know and cast them in that role. So what I did was
Like
the
like
main
Chuck Norris? Oh.
no, I don't know Chuck Norris, but the main character I had was like his swagger, yeah, and
See, to me,
swagger,
no offense, to me, he
yeah.
reminds me. He has the look of Walker, Texas Ranger, Chuck Norris,
All right,
right there.
hey, got the whole Western thing.
Well, hold on.
I was thinking, yeah.
I'm trying
I
to
was
find a
thinking.
cover that has him like right
Yeah.
there. Was another cover I know you had that had his picture right there, and it just reminded me of Chuck Norris as Walker, Texas Ranger.
Yeah,
That
yeah,
to me,
because
that's
the whole Western idea of it, and so we went back and forth. Hey, I think it's to me, the coolest person ever is 1980s Matt Dillon. So anytime kind of the Matt Dillon swagger, I try and put in. Jamie was thinking for the main character, like Jensen Ackles from Steve from Supernatural. So I kind of did like a blend of that, and from there, those are the four main characters I made, and from there we went. So what I did is I gave her rough thumbnails of the pages, sent them to her, and then from then, say, here's why I'm doing this, here's why I'm doing that, and there's only a couple of things that to change. Hey, make sure and try and tell it to in the script. This is later on in the script. If somebody gets hit with, say, a candelabra, make sure in the couple pages before you say, hey, make sure there's a candelabra on this page. So I don't have to go back and redraw and make sure that I'm paying attention. That's what's happening is there. So we can do some foreshadowing and stuff. But otherwise, she really took the comics great, and it was a blast working with her. And we got some other projects, knock on wood, that'll be coming soon. But, of course, nothing can ever be said about what we're doing. So,
oh yeah.
yeah.
Mike Thompson had a comment. Good evening, OCDs. Curious if you'll be in Jacksonville for a free comic book day at Mythical Mountain. Well, Mike, as you guys know, Free Comic Book Day is one of our biggest days. We go from one side of Florida to usually the other side of Florida in one day, showing what all the comic book stores are doing. Um, so us being up at Mythical Mountain, that is a good possibility, and because that might be somewhere where we start the day and we end, along the way.
Because I'll be down at Port St. Lucie at Collectors Comics with Joe and the crew down there. It's a great little shop. Not even a little shop. Great, nice shop. Got a great, nice back issue room they have there. And Joe's got great deals on Free Comic Book Day. So if you're looking for a good shop to come here, Free Comic Book Day, I'm there all day. Be selling and signing copies of Nine Circle, plus some other stuff, plus sketches and sketch cards and sketch graphics. Fantastic. I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. Hi, Mike.
Also on Free Comic Book Day, there's a convention going on called a PopCon, and they really want us to stop by also during that day. And I told them if we go, it's going to be quick and everything because Free Comic Book Day is our biggest day
Yeah.
of the year. It is a holiday in our household, as with everybody else in the families.
Yep.
Yeah, Mike, I saw you. Mike says sounds good. He'll be actually at Mythical Mountain with a table set up. I saw that, and all next week we will be promoting where everybody will be set up for Free Comic Book Day.
All right. That's quite nice of you. I don't know. Have I ever met this Mike gentleman?
Mike Thompson, you might. Thompson's Custom Creations. No, Custom Art Creations. Sorry. Oh, he does a lot of like the 80s and 90s cartoon fan art
All right.
and everything. He's really great. He's been at our
Okay.
show a couple times. He's been at a lot of the shows. He's great. Him and
Yeah.
his wife are two of our favorite people out of Jacksonville.
All right. Okay. Well, I hope to run into you sometime, Mike, and check your stuff out.
So let's go back. Okay, so Free Comic Book Day. We'll
Yeah.
jump to that.
Yeah.
Who else you gonna be with? You said.
I'm going to be at Free Comic Book Day Collectors Comics. As far as I know, I'll be solo. I'll be the only artist there. they may be adding another local guy, and I'm not sure, but I'll be there. I'll have my pretty much everything I did, including all the stuff I've done recently with Brad Scott Studios, and some great stuff's coming out from there too. And I also have copies. They have actually for sale of Gaijin Tokyo, who is the one shot horror story that Jamie and I did that came at the end of actually the beginning of this year. And there's a
Sorry,
free comic day. No problem.
I had to find it. I'm sorry, cool.
No problem. No problem. It is, and that's Cleggs Comics, and they're right on Highway US 1 down Port St. Lucie, and it's a great shop and great crew down there, and it'll be fun to come hang out and say hi.
I always love your sketch cards. Those we've got a collection of them. You know that.
Yep. Yeah, they're fun to do because they're a little more reasonable pieces of art, even though my art is never really considered expensive because I'm really pretty decently quick on them. I got the sketch cards, and of course I've done stuff with, and still got a couple sets coming out soon for Upper Deck Marvel. But I worked with Upper Deck Marvel on the Infinity War set, the 80th Marvel anniversary set, the 10-year anniversary MCU, the Endgame set, couple of Spider-Man sets. So it's fun doing the sketch cards because there's always cute little a little something small you can keep rather than a huge 11 by 17 print. I always like you said, they're nice and quick and easy to do.
Now I'm going to ask you. I'm going to come off a topic a little bit. Now you used to do little warm-ups where you used to ask people for ideas.
Yep.
Are you gonna? I don't. I'm going to say with the algorithm Facebook has nowadays, I don't catch everything. Do you still do that, or is that something?
Actually, lately with as much page work I've had to do, I really haven't done much more extensive warm-ups. Because last year, I was talking with Brad Scott recently, and did like 142 pages over the year of complete inks, and so I really haven't done anything in that. I may do some occasionally now, thinking about just starting up and but yeah, no, I haven't really done much stuff because, like I said, I haven't really done much the fan art type stuff in a while because I was doing so much page work and panel work, which is what I enjoy the most, is working on something to get the story out. So much of it. In fact, and I've been so proud of some of the pages. If you pull up the Gaijin Tokyo folder I sent you, there's one of the pages I'm proud of, and it came out nice, and
Give me one second to find where.
No problem. Yep, that's fine.
Now, see, I used to love when you did the warm-ups because if I was able to get on there, my biggest thing was trying to stump you on a character.
Oh yeah, I remember some devil cow thing or vampire cow you had me do one time.
But it was a real character.
I know. It's not the see, that's one of the pages I'm most proud of is from Gaijin Tokyo, which is kind of like a modern horror story. It's a one shot and ties in with character Usher the Dead, which is the Blood Moon kind of house character, kind of like their Crypt Keeper kind of character from the old EC horror days. So that's a nice one shot story Jamie and I put out. It came out at the beginning of this year. So those issues will also be available at Free Comic Book Day at Collectors Comics. But
and see, I meant to pick that up last weekend because it's like I don't have that one.
Yep. Yeah.
And
That one
we were,
had
we were just having so much fun last weekend.
Oh man, yeah, you guys are it's always good to see. Yep, it's
See, there's the cover of it. I want to make
yep,
sure
that's right.
they got to see the cover.
Yep, yep, and that's I think you can still order that through Diamond. If not, you can order through me. I'll check to see if I have it updated on my website yet. I'm not sure, but yeah. So I'm just really getting my stuff out there, and like I said, I've done a lot of work with Brad Scott and Brad Scott Studios. I'm kind of like the art director there. So we're doing a lot of different stuff. We've done the past 2 years. We've done two anthologies with that. One was called Storytellers Anthology, a visual storytellers anthology, and the other one it came out last year. Got this the Brad Scott logo, um, and it's called the Tales the Tipsy Tourist. It's always hard for me to say. And it's a story. Four different artists tell four different stories about four different pirates.
Let's see if I
And
pick up the right one.
there's the cover. And then there's also we have four different artists. So we have one cover. We each did our own cover. There it is. There's four different artists. And the top left hand corner is where we all work together. So each artist drew their own character. The second one is by Emmy Award winning artist Kimber, who used to work for Robot Chicken. She part of the team that won an Emmy. So she did that. She had a great story there. The bottom left hand corner is Brian Liu Sang, who's an incredible ink artist. And then the last one is my own limited edition cover. So it was great. And what happened is I ended up doing like my George Perez tribute, and I did the wraparound stories with it. So I did the intro story.
That's
Yep,
your cover right there.
that's my cover. Yep, I did the intro story, which would introduce each character telling their story. So this whole thing is a pirate comes into the pirate bar and says, "Hey, you'll drink free if you tell me a story that I like." So then we go to each character and say, "Well, you're not gonna believe the story of mine." And then it goes into each artist telling their own stories. So we each had 16 pages in the stories. Came out like a nice little a little trade paperback as if with it. So Kimber's got a great cartoony style. So she had a nice fun little story about a pirate getting caught up with an octopus, and then mine's about lost love and a pirate, of course, and then Brian's the tale of pirates trying to escape a prison, and then Brad's stories of a sea battle. So all tied together, and then in the end we had a big surprise ending to that. So that was the last year's story. We just started working on this year's story, which will be the same artist working on it. We may be adding a couple more in it, so it might be a nice size compilation of great comic arts out there. So what we want to do is make sure, hey, let people know that we can tell a good story out there, and be proud to be able to be sequential guys, not poster guys, not print guys, not one image. I'm about comics, and I've always been about comics. I'd rather tell a story any day, and I'd rather be more proud of somebody buying one of my books than buying the picture of Deadpool I drew or whatever. I'm more proud of what I do. So we're working now on the second issue of that. And I think in there too, there might be 1 and 2 pages from either the first Taurus and the second Taurus. So
Let me see. I got this
yep,
one.
yep. That's actually the first page of the second issue. So no one has ever seen that page besides me and Brad, except for right now. So that's a nice little sneak peek for you. And there's a colored one that's actually and I actually colored and drew and inked and lettered all my pages that first tip tutorials. And I hate coloring myself because it takes so long. I'm just not comfortable. I'm more comfortable with a black and white ink guy, as you know. But, just really proud of the way that came out. Really proud of working with Brad. And what's great too is Morgan, Brad, and I will be doing a convention together. We'll be doing Savannah Comic Con later on, I think July sometime. So that'll be coming up soon. Yep, there it is. Yep, that's oh wow, that one came out nice. But yeah, that's the Savannah Comic Con.
I like that logo
Yeah,
with,
I
with
don't.
the Death Star coming out of the peach. That's
Yeah,
actually
please,
kind of
yeah, it's funny. Whoever did that logo. Shout out to them, man. Because sometimes logos can be kind of tricky because you gotta be, really take your time, but at the same time you get out there. People in a timely manner. But and just so much great stuff we've been doing, and
see. We've been to Savannah MegaCon or
yeah,
Savannah.
there's two
There's
of them.
two of them, yeah, and we've been
Um,
to each one, but I'm gonna be honest, I can't remember which one's what.
yeah, exactly. But it looks like the convention center is really nice. Looks like it's on like the bay and stuff, so it should be pretty
And
fun show.
and more than likely, you're gonna see Mike and Pam there because usually they go up there. But don't quote me
No, no.
because I know that's kind of in their wheelhouse right there.
All right.
I
Yeah. So
we've seen them up there before, and that's usually one of the cons. If it's the same con, it's one of them they like.
yeah. Oh yeah. It's just always so tricky because trying to get out of Florida a little bit as always. Before the pandemic, I was all over the country. But now just slowly getting a little more shows not under my belt, but under my belt again. And still trying to get the pages made, writing and stuff, because I got a lot of different stuff I'm working on right now. Of course, I've got Tipsy Tours 2. I've got a couple announcements I was thinking about doing today too, and
Specs is thinking about going. He's
all right,
another comic book creator.
all right,
Up,
Specs, come say hey if you're there. Come tell me you know O.C.D. and we'll talk bad about him.
oh, please,
Oh, I'm sorry.
Specs is up there in Augusta, Georgia. So,
Oh, all right. All right. So, and of course, I'll be at Heroes Con this year as well.
hold up,
Which
hold
is
up. You talk faster than I can.
no, I talk too fast.
The pictures.
I talk too fast for myself sometimes. That's
There you go.
It
Hero
is,
Con,
yeah.
right?
Heroes Con, yeah. Was this to me is my favorite show ever because it's a true comic show, and there's no F-list celebrities. There's no voiceover guys really. It's the only celebrities are the comic guys and the celebrities, and it really looks like a vacation for me. So I'm just there working to buy stuff. Really, it's the one trip I have that I know, and it's the first year I've gone in a while because every other year something has happened going on. It's like one year, a friend of mine got married. Another year, all kind. It
The
just
next
happens
year they got
everything.
divorced, and then they go.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. We've done that. And hence why it's your ex-wife. I'm your ex-wife favorite artist, and you know, and it's nice when we get there. And then the next week after that, I'm actually leaving right from Charlotte, going to New Jersey and seeing my nephew's going to graduate high school the next week. So I'll be in the road for a couple of weeks there, having a good time. But I know, can't wait to see some folks and be a fanboy
Well,
again.
you always
Because it's
do
so
good out on the road, though.
Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. I always do good because
they don't know you.
it's
Oh,
exactly. You
see,
know, it's like how many shows do down here? Because you figure from where I live, because I live middle of Florida, within 2.5 hours, I could do 2, 3 shows a weekend if I want to, or within 2, 3 hour drive, there's at least 2, 3 shows. You know that too from you going, doing your walkthrough. Sometimes you guys are hitting 2, 3 shows a weekend,
we're too old for
and
that.
yeah, hey, but I'm just saying, and I'm always trying to have something new when I go somewhere. But even as much stuff I put out last year, I'm still seeing folks that still I've seen a couple of the shows already. So it's nice to get out of the way. And as a kid, I'm always a big Sunday guy, which I'm ready to be not be the guy you buy right away. But I'm always the guy you come back and see on Sunday. Like, hey, I want to pick that guy's book up. Like a joke. Before you leave, you get an ice cream headache, like you drink a milkshake too fast. It's because you think about how cool I am and you want to come back and buy my book. So I always have folks come back and see me on Sunday. Because Friday the show or Saturday, as soon as you get there, you always want to see who you want to see first, who you want to get in line for. You want to go get in line for Art Adams, or you want to get in line for George Perez, or you want to go pick up this session from so and so. But Sunday comes around, that's when you're walking around and say, hey, I saw that guy. I want to go pick his book up. So I usually do pretty good on Sundays. So I'm Sunday cool from now on. But yeah, so
So
that's
you're the um, bar is closing, so let's pick it. Let's just go with what's left.
no, no. I had a tasty dessert.
No,
You
okay,
know,
you
because
gotta say no, no. You never say tasty dessert. What do you always say?
tasty treats for your mind, body, and soul. That's what
There
I
you
am.
go.
I am that one little sweet little nothing that you want, little something you want to get before you go home. So that's why for Heroes Con, I've got the special cover now, 1 of 25, which will be available just this week, that weekend, and I may not have some other stuff there as well because I'm thinking about doing a couple sketchbooks of mine, printing out sketchbooks of some of my older stuff, some of my rarities, some stuff people haven't seen a lot. And I was thinking about doing one, but I'm kind of slowly thinking about doing two different sketchbooks. One I think I'm going to call is pronounced Cool as Heck, which will be like rarities, sketches, sketch covers, sketch cards that people haven't seen, comics, some of the work I've done for like pitch decks for movie writers and stuff I've done in the past, where it hasn't been really have full releases. So I think it's gonna be one sketch I'm gonna work on, and then I'm gonna put another one out called Cool as Heck, Hot as Hell, which is kind of like my pinup stuff, my good girl stuff, kind of like yep, stuff like that exactly.
Well, I know
Um,
the one file sketchbooks one that you
yeah.
sent me didn't come through,
All right. Well, that one is
so
more
that's
so.
why I couldn't throw that up when you were talking about that. But
That's fine. Well, here's a couple of the old pinup stuff I used to do. I used to do what they called personalized pinup portraits, where these are actually portraits that were commissioned by the ladies in the drawings themselves. So they would all
so,
my
do you
pinups
still
out
got
there.
her contact information?
I sure do. She's actually a good friend of mine, and she's on my various lists you can find as well. But yeah, they would commission me to do the portraits, and I did a lot of um stuff for wives, for husbands, for birthdays and stuff, and it's old school pinup stuff like Olivia and Elfgren and you know stuff like that, and that one's gonna be cool. It's like hot as hell, and with it as well also be some of my life drawing sketches inside. So I'm actually working on that. trying to scan some stuff in and getting some stuff together to get that printed and hopefully get it for Heroes Con, have a completely kind of different groove in it. So that's the stuff out. But you know, if you want to see some of the stuff that'll be in the first sketchbook, which will be all my comic stuff, just check my Instagram out, check my Facebook, anything Koolasheck with a K, and that'll show some of the different kind of stuff in there. But also show some of the Marvel cards I did as well. Will be showing in there.
Trish will
So.
tag that, right? Cool's website. Well, redo it again because he just said it. She's watching cat videos. Don't worry.
I'm watching cat videos. No wonder I'm a little stuffy. So yes, that's what I'm. That's kind of what I'm looking at now, and then I've got the other thing I'm working on now with the Brad Scott Studios as well is one of my older. There it is. It's
There's that one.
Some of my older my comic releases and my sketch cards and sketch covers I've done. So some of the different stuff I have, I'm open to commissions as well, and whatever. Before a show, I always open the commissions list.
Is my commission in there? Did you ever put up my commission?
The Punisher?
No, the Doctor Stranger Things.
No, I don't think I might have. I gotta have it scanned, or I might have you scan and shoot it to me. Because I should put that in. That was a great one. That was such a great idea. But yeah, so I'm working with Brad Scott, and I'm actually in the process of rewriting now and completely not really restructuring, but setting the plot up a little bit better. Redoing my original comic release, Evenfall. So
Oh,
yep,
I have that because I've been waiting to talk about that.
Yep. So that's the first color test, because if you have the original print run of Evenfall, it's black and white tones, and I'm going to do full color this time, and it's going to be similar to the storyline, and the major characters the same, but I'm going to change some plots that I noticed I should have done. And rather than going on with it, I'm like, all right, I'm just going to restart it. And I think it'll be great and come out with a better outlook to it. So, yeah, so that's pretty excited about that.
So, because how long have I been waiting for the continuation? Now I get it restructured.
Yeah, it's at least 3-4 years, not more. Because there's so much stuff that.
Oh, life happens.
Yep. So I'm just excited about that, and then I got some
I'm
pages.
excited about that. Okay, here
Yeah.
we're gonna stop everything. I'm excited about that because that was one of the first works that of your books that I read, and I fell in love with it.
Yeah, so it's an idea that I've worked on that. I had that, and I also have Prison Common, which I need to get my buddy Lucas get back on it, and maybe come out with the second part. That will be quite fun as well. But it was nice, working with Jamie. Like I said, we're doing some other stuff in the past. I mean, not in the past, in the future. Working with Brad and all the different ideas too. But I really just need to sit down and take the time and recreate and reimagine and re-show the world truly evil, because it's a great story, as you said, and it just needs to have a great finish and a better setup than it did with some different ideas I had with it. So I'm like, oh, okay. Now on issue 3, I couldn't go back and make that change in issue 1, but now I can kind of do a little bit better. So I'm probably gonna do issues. I originally was thinking about coming out as a full trade of it, a true original graphic novel. But I decided, hey, let's do issues, keep it real like comics, and do it that way. But no.
So I was looking back at the sketches on there because I got to thinking while we were sitting here talking. It's like I remember one of my first introductions with you is I got a commission of Madam Hydra for our
Mm-hmm.
daughter.
Yep.
And
Yep.
then I can't even remember the bad guy's name from Shield.
Oh yeah, the
Got
guy
that
that ended
one.
up being Hydra. Yep. Oh man, yeah, that was a fun one to do too.
I've
Yeah.
actually got a few commissions from you. I
And then
still
you
love
got
my Howard the Duck.
the Howard Duck one. I also did the Punisher one for you.
Punisher one,
And I
Archie
did
for
that.
Trish.
I was gonna say I know I did something for Trish and I Wonder Woman for Trish too, maybe.
Did he do Wonder Woman for you also? She doesn't have a good memory, so
Uh,
I
no,
know we had Archie on the wall for a long time.
no,
Punisher. Once we moved over here, all of our
uh,
all of our artwork kind of got put into a box, so we're
yeah,
still
you're not
slowly
sure.
bringing it out.
Oh yeah, no, I know. I hate moving, but it's great. You guys got a new place now. You guys seem pretty happy on that. And you know, and speaking of which, I'll be coming hanging out near you in what's it, July? Is it
Yep,
gonna?
in
Can we make
July.
that announcement now or no?
Yeah, we can make the announcement now
All right. I'm
because
not
not
sure
not
what.
not everybody knows. A few people have put a couple things together,
All
some
right.
two and two, but not everybody has put together that me and Trish are doing Rise of the Phoenix Comic and Toy Fest here in Deltona
All right. All right.
at the on July 15th at the Sons and Daughters of Italy. Um,
Ah,
we're,
who?
we're
Can we
going
get
back to
some?
basics. The same
Yeah.
thing kind of you said. There's no actors. There's no voice artists. It's going to be a hodgepodge of people. It's a small little show, 1 day show that we're just hoping it's a free event. That's one of the big things. It's a free
Oh
event.
wow. That'd be great.
Everybody can come in for free and just enjoy the day. We 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 have met the people who run the venue, and they are great. They are
All
very
right.
excited to have us there.
Mm-hmm.
So we're happy. It's the first ever show, and it might not be the greatest thing in the world this year, but as long as we all work to help um, build it up.
Oh yeah. No, it's gonna be. Like I said, I'm always willing to help you guys, and haven't been able to do your other show, although because I always had stuff going on. So I'm glad to be able to come help out you guys.
And
Pretty stoked.
we still have Olo, but this is just a
Uh,
step back. This
yeah.
is Olo is like our MegaCon type thing.
Yeah.
This is our breath of fresh air where we just want to enjoy,
So
have a fun
yeah,
time.
just have a good time. Old school convention. We just go and look for some goodbyes.
Yep.
Um, look for
And,
some. Fill in some holes. You got some comic guys. Bring your want list and say, oh hey, I need this issue to have this issue. I remember that growing up in New York, there was a show like that in New York City in the basement of a church. So we'd go and me and my buddy Crazy Paulie would go down to the city and go to the show and bring our list of what we're looking for. And what was crazy was there was a guy we called the $5 trade guy, and all his trades were $5. So you go and you pick up whatever trades you want. And then there was another guy I found out later was buying the comps from people who work for DC. So he buy, everybody in DC back in the day would get every issue that DC put out, they would get for free. So he was buying the comps from everybody for a quarter a piece. And then he was going to shows and selling them for 50 cents. So I remember going in there one time, having no issues of Hellblazer, and leaving with every issue of Hellblazer. Because I was getting the whole Garth and Steve Dillon run. and it was great, and just going and talking with some of the older artists, and it was in New York, so everybody was there. Um, but yeah, it was part of the fun, just an older show like that. And that was back in the day too, where guys were selling bootleg VCR tapes and picking up, buying the Star Wars Holiday Special back in the day, and because you never saw it anywhere, and seeing like a really crappy 15th generation tape of it, like it was horrible. Even now, you see, it's still horrible. Freaking. But yeah, that was the fun back in the day before it was all print mongers and things like that. But
Oh
yeah,
yeah.
so I'm looking forward to Phoenix, man.
So am I. You're the second person signed up right now.
All right,
So,
who will be first? Can you reveal that or
uh,
no?
oh yeah, we can. It's Roland Man from Silverline.
All right. Good chance for me rolling the chat a little bit.
Yeah,
You
I
know,
can make sure you guys,
yeah,
can
yeah,
really
because
chat.
we chatted before a bunch, and it's always good to see Roland. Because he's a pure comic guy like me, and always good to see. You know, but yeah,
Now,
so I'm looking forward to it. Yeah.
I do know that there is another convention coming in August that me and you are both going to be set up at.
Oh, this yes. That's our boy Louis.
Yep.
See, look, that came out nice too. Wow.
Oh,
But
that
yeah,
did.
no,
I liked how that came out.
yeah, right. It came out nice. But yeah, no, it's Louis. I ran into Louis at Atlanta Comic Con and chatting up, and the one thing led to another, and I got invited to come hang out for the day. I love doing that show. I'm probably gonna bring Brad Scott along with me as well that day. But Louis
Well,
got a great thing. Great.
if you're going to have both of you there, you're both going to have to come over to the table and be interviewed live at the show.
Oh, I don't do that shit because because I've got no problem chatting with you like this. But if I'm on the show, I don't leave because I don't. I always feel I'm gonna lose a sale.
Okay,
So
well, you know what? That's the cool thing is I can come to your table and have the.
oh, we'll have to figure this out, man.
You can try, but I have perfected the interview to where it's mobile now.
Oh man, oh you're mobile. Oh jeez, holy, oh my god. But yeah, no. So I'm looking forward to that. Louis got great stuff. Louis takes care of the guys that come there so well. He took over from Ed, who treated us great, and kept the name and really built up still the reputation of the book fantastically. And can't and looking forward to that. So yeah, I've got May, June, July. Oh wow, I am at least once a month scheduled this the rest of the year so far. Probably some more pop in, but I got a lot of pages to do, so I need to
Yeah,
really
but see,
knuckle down in
that's a
between.
nice little balance. One to get out there,
Yep.
meet the people, schmooze,
Yep.
do your ringmaster thing, and 3 weeks out of the month, you're sitting there
Yeah.
doing your pages.
Yep. Yep. Because it's the whole key is now I'm on such a roll with I want to make sure that hey, next time I come around next year for the same thing, I'm not still selling the same four issues, because that's what happens a lot. Is, you see the same guys, the same shows over and over, and they're selling the same stuff. I always want to come with something new. And what's great too is working with Brad and Cameron Brian, the guys that did Tipsy Tours with, is the fact is we all work together and we all kind of keep each other honest, like showing them, hey, what do you think of this page? And they're like, oh, that page sucks. I don't like the character turn or what have you. It's really nice to be having somebody that will kind of keep you honest. You know what I'm saying? Like I always joke is always have somebody if you're gonna show me art that's honest to you. Um, because you want someone to tell you what you're doing wrong, so you can get better. Like everything else. And I think Brad will tell you too all the stories about, hey, he'll send me some, hey, this looks good, but what's up with that hand or what's up with that finger? It's not, So, it's nice being able to throw back and forth with folks and
Well,
understand what's going on.
if it's a cool drawing, it usually has the middle finger.
Oh, yeah, always, pretty much. In fact, I had a commission, and the guy never came through with the second payment. Like, he paid me half and then never did anything, and it was Doctor Strange and Deadpool. And I've got Deadpool with with his own cape on, and Doctor Strange doing the magic signs, and Deadpool's doing the magic signs, but his the middle finger, and I thought that was hilarious to myself. But it's cool too because of the logo on it and the corner box. It's pretty neat. But the guy he paid me half and never came back never got back in touch with me. I tried to get in touch with him. Hopefully he's all right, but never paid and we didn't down. So it's
So what
available
do
for
you
anybody
do?
who might be interested.
I was going to ask, what do you do after that? You hold it for like 6 months and then say, okay, you're
Yep,
gone,
yep.
or
I send out 3, 4 emails, and then do. Hey, listen, if you don't come for this, it's up for grabs now because I've contacted you so many times, and it's like the forfeiture thing. But yeah, he's never got back to me. So hopefully nothing's happened to him. But hey, whatever it is, whatever it is.
okay, sir. So we are on we've hit our hour.
Oh my
What
goodness.
one last time? Um, let's talk about where people can see you next.
And
And
next they will see me. I was gonna say I gotta bring my garbage cans in about 10 minutes. I forgot to
oh,
grab 'em. So you can see me on my front lawn. But besides that, I'm gonna be at Free Comic Book Day, May 6th at Collectors Comics, and it's been the shop been down there probably 30 years maybe, or originally was it based in New York, and the original owner moved it from New York down to Port St. Lucie, and the guy running it now, Joe's been a worker there for as long as I can remember, and Joe's doing a great thing. It's strictly a comic shop, and they have comics, and they have a couple of comic statue type things. There's not a pop in the store. It's strictly all comics. It's great, great atmosphere, great client base. The other guys who work there are great. They welcome me in as part of their own. I can't wait to hang out. And, I'll have sketches. I'll have sketch cards. I'll have sketch covers. Plus, we'll have sketch covers for Nine Circles with me, and then Joe has copies that he pre-ordered of Gaijin Tokyo and Nine Circles as they're coming out to Diamond. So I'll have them for you. I have copies of anything I've ever worked on, of course. So, and plus there'll be a whole bunch of free comics, great sales. Usually he'll do like books under $20 or like 50% off or something like that. Don't quote me, but really good deals, really great shop. His back issue room really is probably one of the better back issue rooms anywhere in Florida. I rank him up there with Emerald City as having one of the better back issue shops around. So that's it. That's in May. June I'll be in Heroes Con. And Charlotte, there it is. Hopefully I'll get next to somebody cool. I remember one year I was between Scott Koblish and Jerry Ordway, so it was a nice little spot to have. Well, that's what's great about Heroes Cons. They put you in the middle on next the pros with the up and coming guys. So it's always nice to be able to chat with some folks, and I can't wait to see my buddy John Beatty up there again. And then July, I'm at Peach City, or no, Peach. Oh, Rise of the Phoenix. Yep, that's that.
I don't know when Savannah. When's Savannah?
That's the same weekend as Tampa Bay. So I'm not doing Tampa this year. I'm going to Savannah because I'm not a big fan.
I think if this is the one I'm thinking about, because I think they changed their name because somebody stole their name, so I think they changed it to just this.
Yeah.
If it's the one I'm thinking of, this is the really good one.
All right. And then from then I've got nothing. Is that it? No. In August is Infinity. Yep. And then sometime after that there'll be a Kickstarter for Tiptoes 2. We're gonna kickstart that, and then probably a Kickstarter. I'm not sure about it yet, but probably a Kickstarter for the Evenfall redo. So I'm pretty excited about that too. So, got a bunch of things on my plate, and hope folks come see me at any of these events and say hey, and be a true fan of Cool and give it a finger.
Exactly, and bring your accordion.
Oh. If anybody comes in an accordion, a concertina, a bagpipe, the pipes, a pan, I'll smash them all. A ukulele, no. Unless you're gonna sing me like Hawaiian love songs. No.
Okay, so
yeah, that's pretty much you. Pretty much have my whole life for the past year and the upcoming year.
Well, I'm going to tell you this weekend, me and Trish are going to be set up at Tallahassee Comic and Toy Expo up in Tallahassee.
Oh, wow.
And we're actually going to be set up selling up there.
Right. Tallahassee, that's a little far for me to stop by because that's
that's like 4 hours for me. So.
Oh, wow. It's going to be 6 for me then. Because I'm 2 hours below you. Wow. But you guys always have a good time. Is it Whataburger country up there? Is it? You get a Whataburger up there?
That I'm not sure.
I know there's a couple.
We don't go up there that often.
They're starting to slowly bring those Whataburgers out of Texas. I know I saw a couple when I'm on my way to Texas. Did a con in Texas a couple months ago. My father was like, hey, there's a convention near me. Come hang out. So me and my dad hung out for the weekend to the show. It was a good time. Fun was had by all.
And then the week after that is Free Comic Book Day, of course. So, and like I kind of said earlier, we will be
Nerd Christmas, as I call it. Nerd Christmas.
Yeah. And we will be all over the place because, like I said, we try to go and show what all the stores are doing and what kind of sales they have. Hey, Trish, did you want to tag Tallahassee Comic and Toy Expo since we're going to be there? Huh? Yeah, well, I figured since I was talking about it, you might want to tag it. But we go from one side to the other side of Florida. I believe this year we will not have Kelsey. I believe she actually has to work.
Oh, well, while I have you on the phone or whatever, I picked up my usual supply of blank covers, which Famous Faces have been pulling me for since I moved here. And I've got one with a cover like this, which is the reprint of the first appearance of Jason Todd, right? But look at inside, it's an error.
It's got a double.
No, it didn't print the first page. It printed just that, because I have another copy of it. See?
Oh, so you got the Grail.
Are these considered variants or print errors or what?
I would say more of a print error,
Yeah,
not a
right.
variant, but a print error. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm not sure. Yeah, because the whole. Oh wow. And those two. One's a red DC bullet. One's a black DC bullet.
Black.
So
So
if
you're gonna have to check
anybody,
that out.
yeah, I gotta figure this out. But yeah, it's just because I thought I saw it and I thought instantly with this logo, do like a Jim and Power homage or a Neil Diamond, Neil Diamond,
Neil Diamond.
uh, a Neil Adams variant, But
You're showing your
yeah,
age there.
I know, man. Love, brother, loves traveling salvation show. Wake up the babies and call the old ladies, cause everyone knows, everyone goes. Brother Love show.
See, I want you to start singing that at one of the conventions.
Oh man, I feel crazy. No, what's funny is actually with Neil Diamond is my sister-in-law is like about my age, and her cousin bought her a CD when she was a kid for like her 17th birthday, and bought her a Neil Diamond CD. Like she thought she loved Neil Diamond, and she hated Neil Diamond. So whenever possible, my sister-in-law and I send gag Neil Diamond stuff back and forth. So I sent her a reissue vinyl Neil Diamond record. She sent me a Neil Diamond T-shirt that says, "I'm not paying attention to what you say. I'm singing Neil Diamond in my head." I sent her. It just we go back and forth. You never know. You get a weird package. You're like, oh, what Neil Diamond thing is going on? So that's quite funny. But no, I'm always ready to do some Neil Diamond for you. That's for sure.
Okay,
But now we're like way over, right? I'm talking way too much. So
oh,
I
only about
did.
12 minutes.
Oh my god, my god, god, god. All right. Well, I can't wait to see you guys again. Do you guys out in O.C.D land? I don't know why I'm doing that. Hope to see you soon on the shows. Let me know you guys saw me in O.C.D. And we'll make fun of Steve and tell how much we love Trish.
Oh yeah, that's what everybody does.
Like
Everybody
that.
does that.
Yep.
So,
Because Trish. So you go do your wrap up stuff. I'm gonna stay quiet now.
oh no, all I'm going to say is we will talk to you guys. Are we doing this next week? Have you got us a guest? Not yet, but we still might do it because we'd like
All
to pick
right.
up guests at the last minute.
Obviously, and I'm gonna tell you. I'll see you in the gutters because the gutters is the comic. I'll see you guys in the gutters.
All right, see you guys.
Drinking